Hi guys, so today I'm going to run through with everybody for those who are thinking of setting up in the lash industry, a few hints really and just a bit of advice. First and foremost, I would say just really research your training, because usually what it is, training is just for one day, and it is very hard to get a training company who will go through with you with everything and the most important stuff really. I mean, what I found is when I did my training, it was like in a big it was like an academy, a training academy, a big room full of girls, not a lot of teachers, probably I think actually just the one teacher, and then we kind of just went through the basics of the lash, your own lash and whatnot, and then we were made to practice on each other, and that's it. Because practicing on each other, that takes like a good couple of hours, so really it's not enough. You kind of get your certificate and off you go, and then you find that when you start doing your own clients, and everyone has different lash types, different lashes, and you just kind of feel like, oh hang on, you feel a bit lost. So the main thing is just try and like Google the training course, get as much as reviews as possible, and also try and like research your own self, like, because there's lots of different lashes, but I'm just going to talk about classics. I'm not going to talk about volume or Russia, what's the same thing, or mega volume. I'm just going to talk about individuals, or classics. So when I think of classics, it's just really three different weights. So 0.15, 0.20 and 0.25. 0.25. I have never ever used 0.25. I mean, not to say that they're bad, because you can use 0.25 if the client has very thick, strong lashes themselves. But I just tend to stick to 0.20 and 0.15. So I would only even use 0.20 if the client has very thin lashes, because that can be quite heavy. So I'd stick to 0.15. So 0.15 and 0.20 is what I use mainly. So that's the weight of the lashes. And then when you're thinking, well, okay, that's the weight, but how do I even know? That will come with experience, and also just well, not really common sense, but yeah, you just get the picture when you look at the client. When the client's lying down, you're analysing their own natural lashes, you can kind of see that how strong, how thick their own lashes. So if you get like very thin lashes, it's very like almost like baby lashes, very fine, you wouldn't stick a 0.20 on, because it's too heavy to hold, so it's quite damaging, and you'll find that the actual lash can end up just twisting with the lash extension, and it just wouldn't last long either. So yeah, so in that case, put 0.15 on. I am aware you can get lower weights, but I wouldn't personally do that. I wouldn't personally use that. I just stick to 0.15 and 0.20, which is perfectly fine. 0.15 are very fine, perfectly fine to use for individuals. So yeah, so 0.15, 0.20, and then you get different curls. When I first started, I wasn't even trained about different curls. It was just such a blur, to be honest. Even like, it was very basics, and then you come out and you're like, oh, there's different curls, there's different textures, what's cashmere, what's mink, what's silk, and it's very confusing. So I'm just gonna talk about the different curls. So J curl, do I use J curl? I have got J curl, and I do use it on my say mature ladies who want a very natural effect. So J curl is very subtle, so I'm just going to do like a hand movement, because I'm not going to show you the lash or a picture. Well, actually I could have drawn a picture, but I'm just going to show my hand, because you know. So J curl is something like that, so it's a very like flat and a very subtle curl. Then you're going to have a B curl, which has got slightly more of a curl, so it's slightly more curved up. So B curl I don't ever use, because the main ones I use is C, D. I even use double D as well, so mostly just C and D's. I have got J's for my mature ladies, but I even find that my mature ladies, they do like them curly. So yeah, so B curl I never ever used them. When it comes to C curls are very, very popular. It's got a nice curl. Can't even do it. Like how far can I do that with my hand? So it's got a very nice curl. It's highly requested for, because a D curl is very curly. It's got a very it's also extremely popular. But a lot of people, if they say I don't want them that curly, then go to a C curl definitely. Because I'm just gonna do it again. I don't care. Okay, so D curls like completely like very, very curly. But I find that it's very popular, and you know when you give the client a mirror at the end and they're like, wow, that's definitely what you get with C and D, with a C and D curl as well. Okay, so then you got mink, faux mink, silk, cashmere. These are all just different textures that you can get, and yeah, they might give you a slightly different result, but I find that they're all just as good. They all claim one's better than another, but it's really down to preference, and they're kind of like, you can play around with it. What do I use? I use faux mink and silk. Perfectly happy with that. I have heard sometimes clients come to me and they request cashmere, but to be honest, I tell them I don't do cashmere, and then they're happy to just try whatever, and the result's always the same. If you do a good job, the result's the same. So yeah. Hi, have you come to join me? Oh, don't be pulling my top, girl. So yeah. Okay. So then you've researched your lash company, you've got it all booked in, you've paid for a deposit and whatnot, you go to your training, you got your certificate. Now what? Okay, first and foremost, you must have already probably set up an Instagram, a Facebook account. Get yourself out there on social media. Social media is such a big thing. The internet helps so much. So really maximize your potential with your Instagram, with your Facebook, and it's all about the pictures. Just get very good pictures. But I must say that so you finish your training and you've got your certificate in your hand, you'll find that it's perfectly fine to start off with a special offer. You know, hi guys, I've just started out, or even if you feel like you want to practice first, ask for some models. But even when you're doing models, guys, I always advise to just cover your costs, even if it's £10, because even £10 is ridiculously cheap. But I say lash models 15, because it takes a long time. You're using up your time, you're using up your own supplies, and that takes money. So £15, you'll find that people are more than happy to pay, and people should be more than happy to pay. If you're gonna do even family, try and get money in, unless it's like your mom, your sister, or someone very, very close, and fair enough. But you'll find that when starting in business is business. Don't mix it with family and friends and start doing freebies. So yeah, get your lash models in. And when you have a lash model in, or you're doing a £15 discount, really try and maximize that. So get as many pictures as possible, good lighting and angles. It's all about finding that. So yeah, what you probably a handy tip is try and like get them to look up. Even try putting a sticker on on the ceiling if you find the perfect angle, so that you can tell everybody, just look up to that where that sticker is, and you can just snap your pictures. Before and after pictures are very popular. And start off with that. Even if you don't have a lot of customers at first, make sure you put up your offer, and you'll see that that will bring new clients in. So when you have new clients in, what I would say to you is try and you kind of get the gist of what someone is looking for as soon as you kind of see, what I do anyway, as soon as I see them and speak to them, within 5 minutes I know what kind of look they want. But always advise, because I think what people sometimes, with all these different lashes out now, that people get confused that the classic lashes can give you like a strip lash effect, like they sometimes expect it to be really full, but it's not possible. You always have to, I always tell my clients, look, they will only be as full and as thick as your own lashes are. Not thick, but like if you have got very few lashes, obviously it's the one single lash extension that's applied on one lash, so it's not, you're not gonna have a strip lash effect. So just be very honest about expectations. And if someone, as soon as someone says, oh, I want it really full, really thick, really dramatic, you just have to say, look, because unless the client has lots of lashes, it's quite difficult. And especially in the beginning, where you find that you're just started out, to achieve a full look is very, very difficult. So yeah, but you'll find that when you do an offer, people are very understanding anyway. Okay, guys, it's also all about your customer service. Don't ever forget how important it is to just go the extra mile for your client. Always give them she's distracting me. Always give them aftercare, and afterwards, not just that, maybe drop them a text and ask them, hey, how, after a few days, hey, how are your lashes? Ask for feedback. Don't be afraid to have that, because even when they give you good feedback, you could use that feedback on your social media again, on your business, on your website. Say, look, I've received this good feedback. And if it's not, if it's constructive criticism, then take that on board as well, because you'll find that you'll need that and you'll learn from it too. Okay. Also, to get that client coming back, really ideally when they're there, just say, you know, these lashes will last you about 2 to 3 weeks before they need an infill. Shall we book your infill now? I've got an offer on as well for the infill. It's this amount. And what have you got to lose? Because a lot of people will say yes, and if they say no, I'll let you know. Then at least you know you've done everything from your side to retain that customer. Where do you start from? The beauty about lashing is that you need like the minimum space. You don't need a lot of space. Whether you want to start off from home, you know, get yourself insured, get yourself all set up, or rent a room in a salon, you can do either with the beauty of social media and whatnot. So yeah. Also, you have to really believe in yourself, and you have to stay quite strong. Like it whenever you say hello, like whenever in any business when setting up, things can get hard. You might feel like, you know what, I feel like giving up. Lashing's just not for me, or all I can say is just keep going. Keep going, and with practice, with it's nutty nose, with practice, with experience, it all becomes better. It all starts making more and more sense, and you'll find that your confidence will grow. Also guys, a lot of selling sites is such a good way to get new customers, and people love a bargain. People, you know, well, not even a bargain, people love an offer, people love a good price. You will not be short of customers in the beginning, but the thing is, yeah, the thing is to just keep going and try and retain those people. Some people just have lashes. I know. Some people just have lash extensions done for special occasions. Some people have them done all the time. They have them regular. You know, they stay on top of their infills, and it's your job to treat every customer as if, you know, like a family member, like you would treat your own best friend. Or, well, obviously not that comfortable, don't be like, hey buddy, or anything, but yeah. So I'm gonna leave it here and go into more detail and in another video, as I've got my hands full at the moment. So thank you all for watching. I hope it has helped you a little bit, and if anything, just literally just start from today. If you okay, so I just quickly came into another the other room just to quickly finish off. So I will go through a lot more in another video, troubleshooting, such as how to achieve a full look, how to deal with stickies, like when the lashes get stuck together, and also just more on advertising as well, how to get like what every business really wants, a full diary full of customers and people coming back. So I think I'm going to go through a lot more in the next video and just focus on that. But thank you all for watching, and I wish you all the best. If you are thinking of starting up, or you have started up, or anything, if you just go for it, literally just get your hustle on and just do you. I will go through Instagram as well in my next video, how to make the most of Instagram and Facebook, because there's a lot of things there that you could do, such as advertising. Just paying a small amount of money to just advertise your post and get some traffic through your website, and interact with people, get people following in you know, your local area, or even get your support from your family, your friends, anybody, your neighbor. Just really push your business through. Treat it like it's your baby. So with hard work comes the result will pay off, and I wish you all the best, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye.